During your debut, you had an incident with your teammate causing you to retire the car. How do you deal with the outside noise?
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We had a nice little break, but we are jumping right back into our driver career. So we are currently about to be approaching the Japanese Grand Prix. We had a horrible ending to our last race. Started off great, had some nice little fights, but we ended up clashing with our teammate. Took some floor damage and lost pace entirely. We made some mistakes with the pitting as well, but that wasn't the biggest issue. The biggest issue was definitely the floor damage. We just didn't have the pace to keep up with the rest of the field and ended up having to retire the car, which was, not the best ending to our first race of our career. If we go into some information here, but yeah, so if you look at our rivalry with our teammate, we're clearly losing to him, which sucks. It sucks. But we're going to try to outperform him here. Hopefully we could do that here pretty soon. But yeah, right now he's kind of cleaning house with us right now after one race. But we're going to go ahead and see if there's any R&D stuff we could do. And just like that, we have a upgrade complete weight reduction. So that's good. Recommended upgrade, cable assembly. Looks like that'll give us some type of minor increase here. In development, we're still working on our front wing. That should be done before this next race. I'm gonna save these points. I want to work on the aerodynamics. He already worked on the chassis, so let's see if we can get a few more points to do that. I've completed the aerodynamics. Our front wing adjuster bracket should give us a performance boost for sure. I'm thinking about working on some more of the aerodynamics here. We could try to rush it and have it done before the Grand Prix. Goes from 30% to 55% failure. So more risk. I'm thinking we take our time with this upgrade. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our time with this upgrade and see if we can get it. Not before this race, but before the next.
Has failed.
Okay.
Any redevelopments will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
So he tried to do the cable assembly and it failed. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and start that with the remainder of my points. And that should be done again also before the next race. Not before the Japanese, but after that. Alright, so here we are, race weekend. Let's see what he says. Indications, decent pace, but I expect us to be somewhere around the middle of the field. Over the course of the season, I want us to be the best of the rest and starting to challenge front runners. Okay, so that's where we are with our season objectives, which is fine. We know that we're not really fighting for points, but it's going to be nice if we get an opportunity to get some type of points throughout the season. So that's our goal. That's our ultimate goal. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start our first lap around this track as we come to an end here on this last little tricky chicane as I kind of go a little too deep, but it's okay. All right, let's get back on the gas. And again, it's about being familiar with these tracks, right? The more you do them, the more familiar you get with them. And this is going to be my first time doing it on F125. As we're going to let go of the gas, try to use just a little bit of the brake still, not where we want to be in terms of a racing line. Ooh. And the way the curbs will unsettle this car is something we really have to get used to. But it's okay. We're just trying to figure out what our pace really is. Not too bad. Not great either. Woo. All right. As long as we're not going into a wall, I'm feeling good about it. So we're going to try to push as hard as we can. Definitely too wide there. But yeah, like I said, we're trying to learn these tracks as we go. All right. There we go. Alright. Going around for our second lap here. Seeing if we can be a little bit more confident. Woo! Nice little spin there.
You're leading the pack. That's P1.
We're definitely putting some wear onto these tires, though. There we go. And we can hear that there's other cars on the track already. Come on. Alright, so we definitely made a lot of mistakes on this turn here. Let's see if we can improve. Wide. Alright, we got a lot of time though to figure these out. One more lap of this practice program before we move on though. Alright. There we go. Alright, final lap of this. Can we do better? There we go. I'm practically holding my breath, and that is why, because I felt like I was pushing it on the edge. But it's okay. We definitely put a lot of wear on these tires with this. All right. There we go. Alright, we're gonna keep it going. Alright, we use absolutely no battery for the most part. All right, and that's it.
That's the end of the program. Box this lap so we can analyze the data. Box this lap.
Now, I will say, we are not in last in terms of the timing. You got Sonny Hayes, who beat out our teammate Behrman. So Oliver Behrman is last. Sonny Hayes is going to take 21st. Jack 20th. Joshua Pierce is in 19th, followed by Lance, and then me in 17th. And then, of course, Gabriel Bortoletto, our teammate from F2, is going to be in 16th place. So he edged us out in terms of time for this practice session. At the top of the board, though, is going to be Max on the mediums. Right behind him is Lando Norris. And surprisingly, Yuki Tsunoda is going to be in third. And it's good to see Lewis up there as well, man. It really is. It really is. As we check out the standings for the driver standings, Lando Norris is in first, Piastri's in second, followed by Max, Alonso, and Carlos Sainz and a Williams, which is, you know, shout out to him. If we go to the bottom of the leaderboard, this is where you'll find us. We got 20th in the last race. We actually beat out Lewis Hamilton, who had a mechanical fault, and Joshua Pierce crashed right behind us when there was a yellow flag. I think it was Lewis's yellow flag. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say it was Lewis's yellow flag because he was starting to have mechanical issues. Started a safety car, so everybody slowed down, and Joshua Pierce just macked into a wall right behind us. Thankfully, not into us. But of course, later in that race, Oliver Behrman hit the inside of us as we, or the outside of us, and damaging our floor when we tried to make a move on him down the inside. But it's life. Things happen. We're gonna go ahead and jump into qualifying next, guys. I hope you guys are ready.
Okay, I'm afraid we've been pushed down to P16.
All right. So we haven't done a time yet. We're about to start this very first lap of the qualifying. Again, we only do short qualifying sessions so we can get to the action a lot quicker. Let's see what we can do here. Now, if you guys in the future prefer me to do the 3 qualifying sessions, just let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to make that adjustment if enough people ask for it. But here we go. If you try to stay on the track, I felt good about that one. There we go. Not too bad. Kept it on the track, kept it under control. We're going to try to reach our max speed here. There we go. Now the funny thing is, I haven't used any of my overtake on this lap. But we're going to push it the next lap for sure. I just wanted to make sure we get a time out here. We're going to use a little bit of the overtake here, and a lot of it on the next straightaway for sure. See what we can do. A little bit wide, but we kept it on the track. That's good. Use our battery. We're going to push it here down the straightaway. And we got one hard braking zone before the chicane, which we're not going to overthink. There we go. Activate our battery here. And that's it. P18. That's what that first time is going to get us. Whew.
And we've dropped to P18.
He said we dropped. Hey, I'm going to take P18 right now. I'm not sure where our teammate is. I don't see him on the timing board, but we're going to go ahead and bring the car back to the pit. Alright, so let's look at everything. Now that we're back in the garage, we're going to check out the timings here. Max Verstappen is leading, and Oliver Behrman's all the way in 14th place. Has us beat by a whole second, almost a whole second. Shoot. As we sit here, we beat out a bunch of other guys as of right now, but we're going to get back out on this track. We got about 7 minutes here. 3 minutes. We got to go back out there again. Alright, so here we go. We're going to get out here. One opportunity to make this work. 50 seconds to cross the line here. More than enough time to cross. But can we make an improvement? Alright, we're going to start off with our battery on this long straightaway. Shut it off here. Right back on the gas. There we go. We got some rhythm going now. Using the battery wherever we feel confident. There we go. We are pushing this car as hard as we can. We kind of slid into that turn there. I lost my breath there for a second. I thought we were going to totally bend it, but luckily we were able to recover the car. There we go. Back on the gas. We're trying to push.
Down to P19, I'm afraid.
We're making up a lot of time here, but I'm not sure where it's going to put us. Here we go. Jump the curb. Back on the gas. Hugging the inside. Where do we end up? Where do we end up? 10th! Yes! We have a banger of a lap. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I don't know how we saved it.
But really, we're just getting
Yo.
started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
I don't know how we found that amount of time, but we pushed as hard as we could there to the point where we almost lost the car, managed to save it, still was able to jump over everyone. From, I think it was 19th I was timed at. I can't remember, 19th or 20th. We from the bottom to the top, man. We're all the way in P10 right now. Now, whether or not we can hold this is going to be a whole nother question. So let's take a second. Looking at this, cars that should outperform us. Well, it's hard to say. Maybe the Alpine isn't as good as you think. Pierre Gasly's a heck of a driver, so he's outperforming his teammate by just miles. Liam Lawson, yeah, the Red Bull Cash App team are way at the bottom. Aston Martin's behind us as well, which I'm actually shocked. Oliver Behrman beat out Lance Stroll. APX, we expect to be better than them, but look at that. Sonny Hayes actually jumped us. He's in P9, and they're definitely not expected to be there in terms of car performance. Carlos Sainz and the Williams is behind us. Where's the other Williams? The other Williams is all the way in 6th. So this is going to be a definitely dogfight. I don't think this is the, yeah, George Russell's behind us. He should have a better car performing than us. So when we get into the race, there's a good chance we might lose this P10. But the fact that we started the race here is crazy. And again, we beat our teammate by a mile. So as long as we don't mac the car, make any crazy mistakes with our pit strategy, this should be a good race for us. But yeah, we're going to take it, guys. We are going to take that P10. I'll take it. I will happily take it. Go ahead, give me some pace experience, man. Not that much. I should have got more than that. All right, guys, this is it. This is where we're going to try to put it all together. It is time for race day. So, race strategy. It looks like this is going to be a one-stop race. I'm really tempted to go out with the medium since we're starting so high up on this. Darn it. 10 laps on the mediums, 9 laps on the softs might be the way to go. We are about to start the second race of our career. We are somehow starting in P10, but this grid is all over the place, as you already saw. So it's harder to overtake on this track, but there are opportunities to do so. So if we get a good launch, hold our position, we might be able to defend and maybe even score a point in this race. That would be miraculous. I wasn't expecting to score points this early in my career, but if we got an opportunity to do it, I'm going to shoot for it. All right. We take our last sip of water before we start the Japanese Grand Prix. The only thing we need now is for the 5 red lights to go out, and we're going to be on our way from P10 trying to get a crazy result in our second ever race. And here we go. Finishing third to last in our last race. The fact that we're up here now is mind-boggling as we're fighting with Hayes to our left, Albon in front of us. We're going to try to squeeze Hayes out, which we do. All right, here we go. Fighting with Albon now. What can we do with Alex is the question. Do we have a place to make a move? We don't quite. Not close enough to try to go for a move on the outside. Not enough speed either. So it looks like we're going to settle into P9 for now. We're going to see if there's any other opportunities to get overtakes here. There we go. Right behind Albon. Oh, we accidentally get our tire dirty. So I went off the racing line because I didn't want to crash into him because I had dirty tires there. I didn't want to slide into him. All right, we got Hayes behind us, Albon in front. We're going to try to do our best here. And it looks like we're settling in. Woo, got real close to Alex. Come on, Alex. Go faster. Oh, that curb right there is dangerous. You saw that? Oh, my gosh. Okay, so we got to avoid that curb. We got to remember that. As we use a little bit of our battery to try to catch up to him. We might have an opportunity to get an overtake here. We're going to go to the outside. Which we do. He backs out of it. And somehow we get the move done. We're going to turn our battery on. We definitely lost the group in front.
DRS enabled.
Alex is going to have an opportunity here. It looks like no, we're going to defend it. There we go. Woo! A little bit loose on that. We gotta tighten it up. Gotta tighten it up. I felt like I almost lost it there. That could have been the end of the race. But it's okay. Minor mistake. Didn't lead to anything tragic. Are we shaking Albon loose a little bit? He's on hard tires. Woo! We can see Leclerc. Can we catch up to Leclerc? We're going to use as much battery as we can trying to do so. And just like that, we're behind Leclerc. Oh my gosh, we're still in the fight up here with the pack in front. I really thought we were going to lose those guys. As we try to lose Alex Albon behind us on the hard tire. That may not be the tire for this race. I got to try to remember that. As long as I don't... Ooh, we go off track. As long as I don't get damaged, I think I'm going to try to avoid going onto the hard tire at all costs. But we'll see. You never know how the race might unfold. If there's an accident, if there's a yellow flag, red flag, safety car, whatever. As Leclerc goes for a move on Antonelli, it looks like he's going to get it done. And for whatever reason, it says reduced harvesting. Why is that happening? Do I have a mechanical issue or something? My battery's stuck at 50%.
Systems all looking good. Head down.
Says everything's okay. Now it's back to yellow. It was orange there for a second. I know you guys saw it. If anybody knows what that is, please let me know. But we're going to try to keep up with Antonelli. That distracted me. I'm not going to lie. I got distracted. I probably didn't do what I was supposed to because of that. But we're going to try to fight back, catch up to Antonelli. Yeah, I don't think I turned... Did I turn... I don't even know if I turned on my DRS. But it's okay. We're still in this fight. Half a second behind Antonelli. Hayes is 2 seconds behind us. It looks like he overtook Albon as well.
Tire condition still looking good.
There we go. Ooh, that was rough. We got stuck on that curve. There we go. Right behind Antonelli. Come on. Trying to keep up with these guys. Here we go. And again, I missed my braking point. It's not catastrophic, but it's still enough for me to lose a little bit of time. A lot of time, actually. We're going to have to burn more battery. I want to stay within a second of him. And there we go. Reduce harvesting again. Why is that? Is that something new with this track? Because it seems like it's happening in the same spot. Alright, here we go. We're going to have some DRS here. Yep. For whatever reason, in that same spot, I get reduced harvesting. Alright, we're going to shut our battery off to try to harvest it. Get it back up to 90%, hopefully. As long as I can stay close to him, I'm going to do that. As we're trying to keep up with Antonelli. Come on. We're depending on our downforce in these turns with the setup we have. There we go. We're still behind Antonelli. Albon overtook Hayes again. So those guys are fighting, which is good for us. As long as they keep fighting, they're losing time. There we go. Our battery's built up. We might have a chance to get an overtake on Antonelli here. He defends. We're shutting the battery off. He definitely went for a defend there. Using our battery, coming into this. He doesn't defend. We get our tires dirty. He's still to our right. And we're not going to give it up. We get the overtake done, just like that. But he's going to have DRS, I believe. Yes, he does.
Okay, gap to the car in front.
He gets the move done. Oh, we were dead in the water there. Alright, but it's okay. Nice little battle, but because of that, Albarn caught up to us. So it may have not have been the best choice to fight with him. Alright, we're going to keep pushing. There we go. Ooh! Some oversteer there. Yeah, the group behind is catching. As we lock our brakes up, trying to stay as close as we can to El Tonelli as possible. I'm going to have to check my tires here in a little bit. I'm going to burn a little bit of battery, not a whole lot. As long as I can stay in this slipstream, I'm okay. Try to stay with Antonelli. More battery. We're down to 77%. As you can see, the battery's draining off. I'm going to shut it off entirely. Now we're going to shut it back on. We're still behind him. Come on. Did we get the DRS? No, we did not. Shoot.
Okay, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Box.
For whatever reason, they want me to box. I don't like that idea. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, he's pulling away from me. Oh man, we lock up the brakes again. Come on. There we go. I feel better about that. We're in the slipstream. We're catching. Shut the battery off. There we go, Antonelli. Come on. Okay, so they're not telling me why they want me to pit. I'm not going to do it.
Gap to your teammate behind. 7.0 seconds.
Alright, come on. We're just trying to stay with him. Behind us is Albarn. I feel him on our bumper. He's fighting with Piastri, which is nuts. Alright, come on. Ugh. We're trying to hold out still. There we go. Let's stay with Antonelli, baby, as much as we can. About 80% of our battery is being used. We're going to shut it off for now to try to gain some back here before this long straightaway. I think we're going for a move here. No, back off. Let's back off.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
There we go. Come on. Can I get him?
Okay, we're approaching the pit window.
Oh.
You're going to be on softs.
Is he going defensive? He is. Yes.
And you've got P6 7th place. And that's Hulkenberg ahead of you now. Okay, gap ahead, 2.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, Antonelli behind. They're
Oh,
on
you
old
trying to make me
mediums.
work.
Okay, gap to leader, 19.0 seconds. And your pit window
Alright, come on.
ends in 2 laps time. Okay, 12 laps to go. Okay, mate, Antonelli's behind you. We want to keep them behind, please. It's critical for our race.
God damn. Out of everybody, Antonelli? Alright, come on, Snake. See what we could do. Let's turn this back on. Yeah, it's a train behind us.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Alright. We're in control. There we go. There we go, Snake. A little rough on that chicane, but it's okay.
And gap to the car in front, 3.3 seconds.
.5 seconds. God damn. There we go. There we go. Oh, I almost lost it there. Alright, so here we go. We're still racing. We're still racing. We're still racing. I know I got a little bit quiet, but it's only because I'm hyper-focused. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. The player pit.
In this lap, push now.
There we go, Snake. Come on. There we go.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this
There we
lap.
go. Let's see if we can get in that pit. Safe and sound. Come on. Oh, yeah, they're catching up. Shit. That's how slow I'm moving? I know I lost a second to the guy in front, or half a second. There we go.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and
Alright,
make
let's
sure
see if we
you
can
don't
get the
speed.
pit right. Got it.
Right, get what
Okay.
you needed out of that moment. Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. Perfect job.
Oh, I got
Well done,
blocked.
mate. We're delighted with that.
Everybody coming in the pit at the same time, I got blocked. And Albon jumped me because of it. Damn.
strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end.
Piastri's behind us. So here we go. We may have to overtake Albon to have a chance at scoring points. I don't know where we are exactly. I don't know who's pit and who hasn't. Something happened in front. There we go.
Green flag.
There we go. Come on, June. Get back on this. Russell's behind us now. New face just joined the fight. I don't know what type of strategy he's on, but he might have pit earlier. Let's see if we can find out.
Russell behind. They're on fresh softs.
No. Come on. Stay with Alex. Stay with Alex. Yeah, we're gonna shut the battery off now. Teammates in the pits.
Right, Ollie's coming in for his stop.
Oh, can we make these tires last? Come on. I used up all my battery. We're gonna pass a whole bunch of people. Let's see where we are. 9th. Antonelli came out slow. And we're gonna get Alex because of it. Can we get Antonelli? He's on soft or cold tires.
Made it look so easy.
Can we get Antonelli before his tires heat up? That is the question. Come on. There we go. Alright, we gotta shut the battery off here for a second. We're gonna try to go for a move a little bit later. Come on. Stay with these boys. Shut that off. There we go. Come on. Not close enough, man. And I don't want to burn all my battery here. Alright. Behind us over a second. Man, I've been fighting with Antonelli this whole time.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy. Come on.
Come on.
Okay, mate. Okay, Antonelli ahead. They're holding us up now, so let's please try and get past.
All right, here we go.
Get on with our race.
This is it. Rookie versus rookie. That's what they wanted. That's what y'all gonna get. Rookie versus rookie, baby. Let's see who can make the move. Him in the Mercedes or me in the Haas. All right, I lost him there. Yeah, his straight line speed's way greater than mine. Even if we burn the battery, we're barely gaining on him. We dropped it all the way down to 77. 8/10 in front of us. Try to get in front of him before lap 17, right?
Okay,
Can we
no
get
issues
closer?
with tyre wear for now.
We
Keep
dropped our
taking
battery all the way down to 50. Look at that, right in his gearbox. Come on. Look how much downforce we have compared to him. Alright. We might have to get an unorthodox overtake or an unorthodox move. There we go. Trying to stay with him as much as possible. There we go. 85% battery. Not bad. We can build up a little bit more. There we go. Battery now. Can we get the overtake on the straight? Russell's catching up to us. We burnt a lot of battery. We're down to 68%. Come on. We're using the battery this time. And we're using the DRS. Oh yeah. You can't do nothing about it.
Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate.
Yo, we got a chance to fight for freaking 7. Like, what are the chances? Alright, come on. We're gonna keep pushing. Just ride the wave, baby. Just ride the wave. All right. There we go. Woo! Man, I done worked up a sweat. Okay. We are almost done with this race. We just need to bring it home. We just got to bring it home. That's it. Come on. That's all they want from us. That's all they want from us. Antonelli's right behind us.
Keep pushing. 5-second gap to the car ahead.
All right, we just had some contact with Antonelli right there. He tried to go for a late move. We held it. So him and his teammate are both behind us, which isn't good because they could work together and try to fight for this position. The question is whether or not the team's going to let Antonelli get overtaken by Russell. We gotta turn our battery back on. There we go. Yeah, he's still behind me. And I gotta remember he also has fresher tires than me. Please tell me I got a great exit. So I think I broke the slipstream. We're going to burn a little bit more of the battery just so we can keep him out of range. There we go. There we go. Two seconds.
So we're leading our teammate by 5.
They're fighting.
0 seconds.
Or at least it looks like they may have gotten team orders. No, Albon overtook Russell and Antonelli on the 17th lap or going into the 17th lap. That is nuts. So he's trying to catch up to me. All right.
Okay, we need to push now. Use the overtake button for more power.
Yeah, my team's telling me I need to use my overtake button to try to keep him away, which I'm actually going to do. I think that is the right time to do it because I don't want him to get the slipstream on me later. Alright, let's focus. 1.4 seconds. We missed our braking zone, but it's okay. We're going to recover here. We're down to 52% battery. So I need to get my battery back up for our last lap defense. Alex is definitely going to go for a move. As you can see, my battery is pretty much drained. Well, Russell gets the overtake. So, oh man. I can lose 2-3 positions here depending on how this goes. So I gotta build my battery back up.
That's P7 now. P7. Hulkenberg ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 7.7 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, Russell's behind you now.
Darn
okay,
it.
they're on old softs. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap.
Alright, we gotta push. We gotta push. Use that battery now. Alright, he's using his battery. I'm using mine. Alright, we got one more lap after this. He's going to have DRS. They're both going to have it. Yep. 6/10 behind me. We got to turn on our battery here.
Final lap of the race. Final lap.
There we go. Oh, what can we do? We're going to shut the battery off. I got to harvest it. There's too many of them behind me. I got to do it. Even if I lose one position. This can go so wrong. We've been so consistent this whole race. Checking behind me. Russell's still there.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 9.3 seconds.
Alright, this is going to be our last braking zone. I'm shutting my battery back on. I think I have enough battery to do it as Max Verstappen wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Yep, we got our battery on. We are going to defend our ass off. We're saving it for the straightaway. Here we go. Battery on. Russell's right behind us. We're going to move over to the left. Make him work as hard as we possibly can. Here we go. Playing defense still. Can we get it done? The very last turn. Battery on. I can't believe we did it.
Pick up rubber and bring it home.
Oh, I cannot believe we did it. I can't believe we turned a crazy qualifying, being out of position, into a P7 finish. Oh my gosh.
There was no stopping. Max Verstappen.
Max Verstappen may be celebrating, but I feel like we won that race.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points during the
Oh,
race.
man.
They led every lap. I mean, what more can
Shout
we
out
say?
to them. Looks like their teammate got P3, so Yuki's on P3. Max Verstappen gets a win. I'm not surprised by that.
Well, I don't know about
Who
you,
got
but I
P2?
absolutely love it. It's another podium.
There you go. It
It's
was
another
Norris.
top
Norris
step
got
for Max
P2.
Verstappen.
Yo. Now, if we look at this, we're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at where everybody finished. Because again, that was just nuts. I don't think this was supposed to happen. Max Verstappen, Lando, Yuki. I can live with that. Lewis got 4th. Charles got 5th. Shout out to them. Things started to go awry here with Nico Hülkenberg getting 6th place. Me right behind him with 7th. George Russell fell all the way to 8th. Alex Albon got up to 9th, got him some points. Alonso was in the mix. Carlos Sainz almost had an opportunity to get some points if he beat out Fernando. But behind him, Pierre, Gabriel Bortoleto, which is Nico's teammate. Again, I did not expect him to be that high up in the standings. Oliver Behrman, my teammate, 14th. Did a good job, but didn't get the result compared to me that I got. But, you know, based on qualifying, he did a good job based on qualifying. Sonny Hayes started in front of us. P9 dropped all the way back to P15. I don't know what happened to his race, so he got closer to his teammate. His teammate improved. Lance Stroll improved. Oh, there you go. Kimi Antonelli dropped all the way down to 21st place. Something had to happen to Kimi. Because we were fighting Kimi there towards the end. I don't know what happened to Kimi. I'm going to have to check out the replay for that. And Liam Lawson is going to get last place. Oh.
During your debut, you had an incident with your teammate causing you to retire the car. How do you deal with the outside noise?
How do I deal with the noise, you ask? I just don't hear it.
Wave. I'm in it for keepsake. In the field with the cleat lace. Beat freak with the bare face and a slick tongue. That's what she say.